This is Guns, Knives, Watches, and we're going to talk about that they're one-hand triggers, man, and then there's serrated and non-serrated type options. And go over it, and I'm going to show you real quickly how they're not buying a serrated knife and then taking the serrations off of it in a Victorinox, or probably in any knife, is not probably the best use of your time nor your money. Because money is what Victorinox knives are about. They are high value. They are extremely useful. They are extremely rust resistant. They are extremely functional. All of the multi-tool features of the knife make it, basically a toolbox in your pocket. Now, the serrated knife, of course, for which I have these two, but I haven't opened the soldier. Now, the one-hand trekker, of course, both these blanks start off exactly the same. Then, the serrated knife, they cut the serrations in it and chisel grind the serrations. As you can see, there's really no grind on that side. So there's no secondary bevel. On the V-grind, it's just a simple V-grind, like any other Victorinox. So you take this blank, cut a bunch of metal off of it, and then chisel grind it, which takes even more metal off of it. And then people are taking this knife and trying to turn it into this knife. And they are vastly different. I don't know if you can tell that, but this blade, because it has not been serrated and not been chisel ground, is a lot thicker in this dimension. Yeah, if you go from here probably to the crown of one of those, they're going to be close, but it's still never going to be the same. You have a nice V-grind here, you have a chisel grind here, serrations, this, there, or the other. So it doesn't make any sense, and you can really tell it up near the end of the knife. It just doesn't make any sense to try and turn this knife into this one. If someone chose to do that, that's fine. But I've seen people do it over and over and over again, or have people do it on videos, and it just doesn't make any sense. You're taking all of the strengths of this knife out of it. It's a locking blade, one-hand opening, very rust resistant, as I've said previously, and then you're taking a bunch of metal off of it. You're not even laying a grind back, you're taking all the metal off of it. So it's almost like a lot of knives where they put these big notches in them, or they do this, there, or the other. You're taking something and making it much, much worse. When the strongest one is, of course, the one with no serrations, because there's the maximum amount of metal. It hasn't been removed. This is the blank before they took the metal off of it to make it the serrated version. And it just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, for people that haven't handled both knives, this is just a direct comparison. If this is something you choose to do, that's fine. I just always sharpen mine with a sharp maker. Simply just use the corner, and you can just rake it down through there. And as long as you do it, not like a monkey, it sharpens it up and everything works out really well. Are your peaks going to be as high? Probably not. But that's just the name of the business. I carry mine, I sharpen mine, I use them, and I'm happy with them. And they're easy to touch up and easy to work on. But there's no way I would ever take this knife and try to turn it into this one, because it's impossible. Unless you added metal back to the blade and then ground it back down, which of course is totally impractical. Anyway, this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and just my 2 cents. For people that haven't held both knives, this is really who this video is for. And if you're going out and you're thinking about doing this, my advice is don't. It's a very, very poor decision. I thought about it and thought about it, doing it to one of my knives, and then I really just did a direct comparison, and I said, you know, it just doesn't work out in the value equation. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and peace out.